Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You know this is 2024, and as the year begins, a lot of people is trying to figure out how can they become successful, especially in this year. How can they start a businesses that does in millions, in billions, a 5 million, 10 million, 50 million, 20 million businesses. But I'm here to give you the key, the access to become successful in this 2024. There's a young boys in America, in the US, in Los Angeles, part of the US. They just walking around the street, they meet people, a great successful people. They begin to ask them, sir, how do you become successful? How do you become wealthy? Because you can never learn anything right by not asking the right person, so you can get the right answer. Because that is, you're having a mentor. That is a form of like a mentor. Because if you have somebody who is going to guide you toward climbing to the top, you're going to go as fast as you ever think it of. But if you are going to go with your own idea, with your own skill, you're going to fail. And if care is not taken, you're going to bounce back. The first millionaire, a successful great man, was being asked, sir, how do you become successful and what is your advice to people who want to be like you? He said, he said, first, you have to try as much as possible to become an entrepreneur. People were surprised. Sir, what do you mean by becoming an entrepreneur? He said, listen carefully. You have to be a problem solver. All business owner or entrepreneur, they solve problem. They look for problem and solve it. And anytime you solve a problem, you're being paid for that. He said, after you have figured out and you become an entrepreneur, you have to one, he said, create a system around your businesses. You have to create a system. He said he give just 2 points. He said become an entrepreneur, create a system around your businesses, and delegate all your work. Make sure you go to the Google and search, make more research about what I said. They meet the second successful man. He worked in a solar company. He is the founder and the CEO of the biggest solar company in the United States. They asked him, sir, how can I become successful? How can I follow the way you followed? What is your advice to this 20 years old self? He said, he gave just two. He said, you need a great team to become successful. You need team. That's why a wise man said, if you want to go not too long, go alone. But if you want to go far, you have to go with people. You have to find a team. You have to find. He said you need a great team. To find a great teams, it is a lot of stress, but the advantage is excess. He said point two, you have to have a standard operating system. Everything should be documented that is happening on your businesses. That is the 2 point he gave. They made the third successful business owner, big business owner. He gave just 2 points. He said the first one, learn to delegate. Don't do everything by yourself. Leave some kind of things to people to do. Most of the things people know it more than you, but the way you position yourself that you want to do it, that's why they leave it for you. Learn how to delegate. He said learn to delegate. Someone can do it better than you. He says two, he said become a master of delegation. He stressed these 2 points. The other successful great man, he said learn how to delegate and what, become a master of delegation. That is the only way you can become successful if you want to be like him. The last and not the least, he said they met him. He's a very successful real estate developer. He said, sir, what advice can you give to a 20 years old self to become successful, to ride the car you are riding, to live in this big mansion you are living, and to take a vacation with his family and to become happy and you retire very young? He said, you have to follow just little principles. He said, what is the principles? He said, never save money. What do you mean? He said, never save money. He said, okay, what should I do with money? He said, invest money. How do you invest money? He said, don't look at money in your bank. Listen, he said, don't look at money in your bank account as something to protect you, but look at it as something to make you more money. Anytime you have money or money in your account, begin to think, how do you use this money to how do you multiply this money or use this money to make more money instead of you going to save it. That is the advice a multi-millionaire give to his 20 years old self. He said, two, he said, never hold your money. Always never hold your money. Don't hold your money to yourself. Don't put it back to something. Don't hold the money. When you make the money, don't hold it and be scared of losing it. You become poor. Release the money to something to make you more money. They met another successful real estate developer, a very successful man. They met him, say, sir, what advice can you give it to somebody who is coming to this 2024 and don't have any knowledge about finding a businesses, creating a businesses, and become successful? Listen carefully. This is for you. He said, don't manage money. Raise money and invest it. That is the first point. He said, two, quit managing money. He said, quit the attitude of you are managing money. Stop managing money. People who manage money, they keep money. They don't want to release it. They'll be like, they are scared. If they leave it go, it's not going to come again. It's a point two. When you raise money, invest the money. When you raise money, invest the money. He go forward to say, keep repeating it. Don't save money. Don't plan retirement yet. He said, the last and not the least, he said, when you make big bucks of money, invest it in a real asset. People are now asking him, excuse me, sir, what is real asset? He said, real asset is real estate. This is very wonderful lesson. I think so. Real asset is real estate. In summary, he said, you have to try to start a business that is solving people's problem. Stop thinking, did I love this business? You don't need to love the businesses. You should have to fall in love later. You have to start. Don't start. It's not everything somebody start and become successful they love doing. No, you have to love what you have to do what people love, and later you fall in love with it. When you have ending up starting that massive businesses, the point two you have to do is how do you delegate? All of them are shouting, you need to delegate, you need to delegate, you need team. How do you bring professionals together to work for you? How do you bring people together to show to the world what you have brought for them? After you have done that, when you make profit from these businesses, don't keep it. Don't go and save it in the bank, because bank doesn't know what you pass through, and you make that money and they'll be making profit out of the money, your hard earned money. When you make those money, keep reinvesting it in that business. Keep reinvesting, keep pushing it again, keep pushing it in business, keep pushing it. That is when you delay gratification. Don't go and buy car. Don't go and buy nice clothes. Don't go and buy nice watch or nice ring. Or you buy wonderful, very expensive nose mask. Don't do that. What should you do when those money is coming? You have more than 10 stream of incomes coming in. Oh my God, this money is massive. He said, think of real estate businesses. Think of real estate.